Like nobody really cares about the importance that you put in their name. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you can get a job with it, or they will look at you, but they will not say it to you, but they will just here you. True. Like in America, you have to pay for everything.
Hello friends, this is Jums of the Jums TV. Thank you for stopping by and you're welcome. So in today's video, I have my Nigerian sister. If you guys remember the video I did some time ago, I said the church I attend, right, we're just 2 Nigerians, okay? And she is the first Nigerian, I'm the second. But good news, we're now 3. To the glory of God. Anyway, in today's video, I have a Nigerian lady with me here in Virginia, USA. And she's going to be sharing her experiences as a Nigerian living in the US, her life so far here, and just telling us all the things we need to know for some of us who are just coming in and some of you who are coming very soon. She's going to tell us a few things, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome back, guys. With me is
Faith.
Okay. So what state are you from in Nigeria?
I'm from Akwa Ibom State, in Nigeria.
Okay. So, do you speak your language?
I do.
Very well.
Yeah, very, very well, yeah.
Okay. Say something. Just say hello to her, just in case.
Abadie, yeah.
What? That's just hello.
Yeah, that's native, like our native language.
So you can have proper conversations.
Yeah, we do.
Say how good would you say you are
with my language?
Yeah.
I think 9/10, or on a scale of what?
10, yeah. 10 being the highest.
Yeah,
oh, you're good then. You're good. Nice. So, thank you. I would say this officially on the channel. Thank you for welcoming me to Virginia. She has been very sweet. She has been very good to us. So, how long have you been here for in the US?
I've been here like over 7 years, so that's pretty like long.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time. How long have you been in Virginia?
In Virginia, close to 7 years, over 7 years.
So you've been here from the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay. So how has life been in the US?
I mean, right now,
Just us.
like right now, life is steady. But when I came, it was not. I had to like adapt, try to like find my way, and especially like school, So yeah, it wasn't easy. But right now, I would say it's steady. Yeah.
You said you came here to school.
Yeah.
How was schooling like for you here compared to Nigeria, where you were coming from?
Well, in terms of like, student loan, back home when you don't have money, you cannot go to school.
You don't have.
They will sack you.
Yeah, only scholarship can help you. Yeah,
they'll sack you. But coming here, I was like, wow, anybody can go to school. Like scholarships, grants, student loan, anybody can go. You don't have any excuse. But back home, you cannot afford, so you stay home or you do something else, But here, it's possible for you to like achieve your dreams, like to the highest.
Oh,
to the fullest. Yeah,
nice. One thing I observed was that how when we watch movies, American movies, you can understand what they are saying when they are talking, you understand. But I wouldn't lie, the first time I got here, the first few weeks, I still find it difficult. I have to listen properly to hear what they are saying. Was it like that for you? Because I heard some international students who come here sometimes find it difficult to understand their lecturers. Was it like that for you?
Yeah, it was like that, because sometimes I would just like, I'm just there for like attendance, but I go back to just read because some of them I don't understand what they're saying.
So it's an actual thing?
Yeah, so I'll just rely on my notes, or maybe go back and read the textbook, because sometimes I don't understand what the lecturer is saying. So yeah, just taking notes and going back to do your homework.
How many Nigerians were you in your class, or how many Africans?
Not a lot. I mean, they have like Ghanaians. So what happens, like
you had Ghanaians?
A lot of Ghanaian friends, but Nigerian like one or two. So we're like,
you're not that many.
Yes.
Wow. So America has been good, would you say?
Well, I know it has. It's like, the bad side, like positive and negative. But in terms of like, anything that you want to do, like, is possible. But then again, like, if you don't have like for example, a car, it's really hard to get around. So you have to like, back home when you have a guy that's, oh, you're a big girl, but here,
yeah, You're
here,
right. Actually, once you have a
here,
car, you're
here
looked
is
at as
like,
a big girl.
here you need one because that's how you get by. Back home,
Yeah.
public transportation.
Yeah.
After school, like if you're a student, you can just step outside and then stop like a taxi or something.
There's
But
always
here you have
some
to
means of
plan, and the
transportation.
Uber is
Yeah.
like expensive.
Oh yeah, it
So
is
yeah,
actually.
so that's what makes life difficult for like students here. Yeah, I would say, and also the students here, you have to really, if you need help, you have to ask for help because nobody's coming to be like, oh, do you need help? You have to really open your mind and say, oh, I need help or something, because here most of the students, they're not really friendly. And before I did not understand, but some of them, they actually like work full time while in school,
Oh,
so they
so
only show up to
there's
attend
yeah,
classes
so there's
because,
a lot on their
yeah, when I
plates.
started working, like I think overnight at the library school, like, I'm just going to class for attendance, right? I wasn't there because after working I'm very tired, I just want to go home. So yeah, so
You know,
it's
that's
really
the
overwhelming.
luxury
Yeah.
you we have back home.
Yeah, back home you just focus on school.
Full time.
Yeah,
Although we have some people who
that
send themselves to school, they have
mm-hmm,
businesses
they
and they
have,
are doing well.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, majority out of 10 students, at least 7 are not working.
yeah.
Let's be factual,
I
except
didn't
maybe
work.
from small,
I
small
didn't work.
businesses.
Yeah, I didn't work when I
Yeah,
was in Nigeria. So I
yeah.
was just focused on school. But here, you have
Even
to
high
work.
school,
Yeah,
yeah.
because the bills, they keep coming. They never stop coming.
They-
So,
I think that's the luxury we have back
hmm,
home.
yeah.
So, I know you said, America has been good, that it has its
Mm-hmm,
ups and downs, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not nice.
mm-hmm,
Well, I'd like you to tell me some of the things that you heard about the US before you came,
mm-hmm.
and were they true? Let me give you an example. So
Sure.
before I came to the US, when I was much little, I used to hear that, back in the US, if you back your baby, you know how
Mm-hmm.
if you are not African, I'll put it on the screen to show you. Know how you back your baby
Yeah.
with
Mm-hmm.
wrapper? I was told that if you come to the US, you can be arrested for it.
Oh
If you
wow.
back your baby, that's what I heard. But back in New York, I was just seeing it left, right, center, especially the Spanish people. No, I
Mm-hmm.
won't say Mexicans, I'll just say Spanish people
Mm-hmm.
in New York. And they have a different way. They don't back like this, they back like this, as though they are
Mm-hmm.
carrying a cross bag.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I was expecting to see maybe somebody arresting them or something because they were around policemen.
Mm-hmm.
And the train station in New York, you know how it is. So when you go there, I'm like, are they not going to arrest them?
Yeah.
And I found out that was not true. You know how when we're young, all sorts of things, you will just be hearing all sorts of things. Then one that I heard that's actually true is, I've always known, or I knew,
Mm-hmm.
that there was money in the US.
Oh.
And I also knew that you have to work to get that money. It's not going to fall on your laps
Yeah.
like ripe cherries.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work for it. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me yours. At least those are two of mine.
Well, I mean, when I was back home, it's like, oh, here is like paradise. I mean,
Money is falling on from the
yeah,
tree.
but when I
Yeah.
came, it's like, no, it's not like because you see like a lot of homeless people. I wouldn't expect that in America.
Yo,
Yeah, because and some of the
yo.
like areas in America is like, is this Africa or this is America? The roads, they're very like, they're not well. Like the environment reminds you of, Africa. It's like, oh, is this America? So yeah, and also they said, oh, no free lunch, but that one is true. Like in America, you have to pay for everything.
So
Like
would you really say there's nothing free in America?
um
You
I'm
will know
like, I feel
better,
like you're
so
always giving back. Like there is nothing free. Like,
and they will get it back from
yeah,
you
they'll
one
get
way
it
or the
back. Even
other.
when you're paying your taxes, is because, like there's nothing free. Like, you pay your taxes, then you get it back, then you pay
Yeah,
again. So
then you
I feel
pay
like it's
again.
always like
Because
a
at the end of the
thing.
month, there's something they call, is it tax returns or
Yeah,
something? So
yeah.
you get some
Yeah, you get some
percentage
back,
back.
yeah, and stuff. So
So
yeah.
there's actually nothing free here. Hey, hey.
I think so. And even like the discount, I mean, like, they have like discounts in the stores and everything. I think maybe that's free, like when they do discount. But I mean, back home we have discounts too. So yeah.
Wow, because just today I was trying to get fuel or
Mhm.
gas, as you
Mhm.
people call it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I will not lie, it was just stressful.
Mhm.
I'm like, if I were back in my country, somebody's going to be doing it for me.
Yeah.
They've spoiled us back home.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Here.
used to the soft life. You guys,
Mhm.
you are living the soft life.
Yeah. Here.
Honestly,
You
yeah.
have to pump your own gas. But
Yeah.
New Jersey, you don't have to.
Oh, is that
New Jersey, like
so?
when I went to New
Oh, okay,
Jersey, they pump your
interesting.
gas for you. So that's the only. I believe that's
Okay.
the only state. I don't know But I know New Jersey, they pump your gas for you. Oh,
Wow, it's
okay.
like here you have to do
Yeah.
everything yourself.
Yeah, you
You
have
you
to.
you know back home you have your mom, you have your aunties that can take
Mm-hmm.
care of your children for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You have people, even your
Mm-hmm.
neighbors can take care.
Yeah.
But here it's not exactly like that.
Yeah.
Except maybe the Lord just shows mercy on you
Mm,
and your parents can come, or
yeah.
you have siblings.
Yeah.
Even the siblings to have their own lives. They
Yeah,
are
they do.
working.
You have to make an appointment with them, like schedule time.
That's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
back home, here the houses, they don't even have fences, but then you don't know your neighbor. Like in
True,
apartments, like
true.
you don't know your next door neighbor for like a year. You can even live there without talking to them. But back home, it's like everybody's in your business. They can come in
Yeah.
anytime.
I
So
think that's
yeah,
the thing about back home. There's a
yeah,
community.
yeah.
Your
There is.
neighbors can even help you look after your children,
Mm-hmm.
report your children. But
Sure.
here, I mean, it's not like everyone is minding their
Yeah.
business.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you say life here? I know this is a very, it might sound, no, it's not a silly question.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very important question. Would you say life is better here than back home?
Hmm.
And tell us
In
why.
terms of like, what do you mean by better? Because
Um, in
here,
yeah,
yeah, here you have to worry about like your safety, right? Like, you can just, like, some churches, you see people just walking like gunmen, right? Like schools, you see gunmen. So I'm not sure if it's better, but I know, like, with the taxes we have, like, things are moving, like the system, whatever you want to achieve, like student loan, you can apply, you can get into school, like you can just buy a car even without paying full. Like, I feel like, buying a car, you can buy your car, you don't have to pay in full. Like, you can go to school, you don't have to pay, you can pay monthly. Back home, when you're renting an apartment, like, you have to pay the full amount for the year, but here you can pay monthly. So life is better because there's like installmental payment where you don't have to worry about paying the full balance. So I would say that's a better thing for me, because sometimes you don't have the full money to like buy what you want. So
yeah.
that's the only like better thing I
That's
guess.
about it.
Yeah.
How
So
about community? Do you have community here?
yeah, so where you can find community is at church, because apart from that, I mean, you have your colleagues when you go to school, but that's professional. Like, if you need a job, they can, help you, or reference, like give a reference. But if you really want to, not be lonely or bored, then church is, you create community at church. I mean, that's my community. So I don't know. Yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
mhm.
That's really interesting because I mean
Mhm.
you have to find your own community
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
But as a Nigerian, we have. I'm sure you're aware that we have a name. Yes, as Nigerians, they've given us a name.
Oh, what's the name?
I don't know the name,
Oh,
but
okay.
they were looked at a certain way
Mm.
as Nigerians. I don't know,
I know we have like Jollof battle going on. Like,
Yeah,
is
no,
that part of
that's
it?
even good.
Oh.
I'm talking about, they feel like every other Nigerian is a criminal. They feel
Mm.
every other Nigerian is a fraudster, and we're
Mhm.
always in the news. Recently, I saw
Mhm.
in the news that some Nigerian,
Mhm.
was duping people. Yeah.
Oh.
So, do you get that a lot over here,
I wouldn't say.
or you're put under
I
the
mean,
umbrella of African?
I hear it on social media, but I don't
Yeah,
hear a lot here, like in Virginia, or somebody like talking to me about it. But
yeah.
I mean, it's going on social media, so yeah.
So you're
Mm.
good. You say that nobody
Yeah, nobody
discriminates
has
against
really
you
like
as
worked.
Nigerian,
Maybe they do it behind my back, but
but
they've
not to
not
your
like
face.
personally like say it to me. So
So, do you think that life as a black person here
mhm.
is good?
I wouldn't say it's good because
Hey, they should not bite you.
oh. So I feel like as a black lady or African lady, you always have to prove yourself, or just to try to like fit in. I mean, like, you always like, for example, you have to work extra hard just to prove yourself that you're good or something like that.
So your
So
grades can't speak for you.
your grades can speak for you, but then there's still, like, I don't know how to put it, but then you still have to show work, talk, make sure you communicate well. So yeah, like, the communication is very like important, because we have like different accents. So sometimes, even if you
Yeah,
have good grades, like, the way you speak, they will tell, oh, you have to brush up on your accents, just to, yeah.
just to be able to
Yeah,
communicate.
communicate, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's something
yeah.
I've found out here that you
Mm-hmm.
can, they will understand you, but not all of them will
Yeah.
understand you. You somewhat have to start speaking like them to be able to communicate. Now,
Yeah.
I don't blame those who come here and then in 2 months they're already speaking spurs, 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 spurs. It's not their fault because they need to be understood. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah. How many states have you been to in the US, or which
Uh,
what are the states you've been
Not
to
a
in the
lot.
US?
I've been to Florida. I've been to Tennessee, New Jersey, New York. I think those are the ones that I remember. Yeah, I've been
Uh
to Maryland. I mean, Maryland is like around here. So
yeah.
DC. Yeah. So those are the states that I remember.
What do you think Virginia is like for those
Oh,
who are thinking of coming to
oh, I love
Virginia?
Virginia. Like you see a lot of nature parks, a lot of like waterfall. Like you can raise your kids here, I feel like if you really want to raise your kids, Virginia is a place. I mean, just for me because I mean I've been here, so
You can
um
tell.
yeah, so yeah.
So, do you think you're still Nigerian or you now have
Ah,
the American brain? Maybe.
no, I
Or you're now a white woman
No,
in
I
your
wouldn't say
thinking?
no. I think I'm still Nigerian in my thinking because
Yeah.
whatever you do, you always want to like remember home. So I feel like
Yeah.
I'm still Nigerian, but also I've had to adapt to some things like So back home, right? I didn't used to shave my legs, right? But here you have to as a lady you
Wow.
have to shave your legs. That's what I heard. So you shave your legs especially in the summer because you're sweating like so here those are one of the things
So
that
it's
I
an
had
actual
to.
thing.
Yeah, so yeah.
I actually saw it on social media
You
one
shave
time,
your legs,
and they're
but there
like,
are some
ah,
people that are really strong, like they don't shave their legs, they still keep their legs.
wait, if we don't shave it, what's going to happen,
Nothing's
please?
gonna happen, but it's just they look at you somewhere. Like if you're going to the beach
Are you
and
serious?
yeah, it's like ooh,
God,
it's
I
like are
beg
you a
go.
guy? Oh my
Hey!
god! So yeah,
Wow. So what else has made you
I think
white?
just I mean sometimes I keep it, but sometimes I'm like okay, let me share because I'm going to an event or something like that. So yeah,
So they will actually look at you some way.
they will look at you, but they will not say it to you, but they will
Okay.
just like hairy.
I beg go.
Yeah,
Eh?
so you have to shave your legs. Yeah, and also like if you're like gap toothed, I don't know if that's how they say
Yeah.
it. You have to
Well,
close it.
open teeth.
Yeah,
Well,
you have
yeah.
to get like braces to like because they think something is wrong with your teeth. So, but
Tell
back
me
home,
more. This is
so
interesting. Tell me more.
back home is a thing of beauty for you to have that,
Yeah,
right?
actually,
And
although
even
some people have
here,
started closing
yeah.
theirs,
So
but
people
yeah, it's an
here
actual
they close
thing.
their teeth and they get braces like like dental. I mean, I really love like the healthcare here because it's like oh you can get dental cleaning twice a year. So those are the things that I like about being here. I don't know back home if you can get that twice a year or something, but
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Not exactly.
So yeah.
Speaking of which, since
Yeah.
you've gotten into that direction,
Uh,
now tell us some of the advantages of living in the US. Some of the things
yeah,
that,
if you're working,
you've
you can get
benefited
like
from.
insurance.
Yeah.
So, for example, if your car gets stolen or maybe accident, you can get insurance, to cover for it if you have insurance. So, insurance is part of the good thing here. Like I have renters insurance, so that if I have like a natural like disaster, the insurance
Or a
can
house
cover it.
fire. So
Yeah,
I
house
heard
fire.
about that as
Yeah,
well.
insurance can cover it. So that those are one of the benefits of like good thing here happening here. So
Would you say that America is the America of your dream? You know how when we're little they say we should write a composition, Nigeria of my dreams, and all of that. So
mhm.
would you say this is America of your dreams?
I would say I'm still working on the dream or trying because I think at the end of the day you have to create your own dream. Like nothing is like it's not
Mm.
like you're waiting on somebody else. It's you that has to like work hard and try to be where you're trying to like achieve or something. So anything is possible. Like anything is possible here. That's what one thing I like because you can achieve your dreams. You can do anything. Anything you can it's possible. So I mean I'm sure you can do anything. Just start like a YouTube. You don't have to. Anything is possible. So yeah, that's all I can say.
Interesting. Let's take this for example. You have a cousin,
Mhm.
a 15-year-old cousin or something,
Mhm.
who wants to come here to study.
Mhm.
would you say, I know this might sound very obvious to some. We know that, the
Mhm.
Western world,
Mhm.
there's so many things we can learn from them, and there's
Mhm.
so many things they can learn from us as well. Do you
Mhm.
get?
Yeah.
But there are opportunities here. That one,
Yeah.
even without her saying it, there are a lot of opportunities here
Mhm.
in the US, and I think the Western world in general. But I
Mhm.
mean, we are here in the US, so that's all we're going to be talking about. But would you say that, your 15-year-old cousin can come here to study?
Yeah.
Would you say that, no, now it's a two-part question. Would
Mhm.
you say your cousin should study and stay, or study and go back home?
Hmm. Well, I would say my cousin should like study and stay here, or depending, because I mean, I'm not, at the end of the day, they have to make their own decisions after exploring the place. But I would say study like something that you can find a job, because there are some things that you study, you won't find a job immediately, and now you're just wasting your time. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you can get a job with it, or make sure you have a goal. That's what I can say. But I mean, if you like, because there are people that come here, they don't like the loneliness here, so they will just go back, go back.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, like, to be very honest, like, people are more like happy back home, like, moving around at night and stuff like that.
I
But
think it's the
here,
loneliness that gets to people.
yeah,
That's why they end
here
up going back
here you
home.
can be like,
Yeah.
you can be in an apartment, nobody knows that you are there. But back home, people are like checking on you, and okay, are you alive, like something like that. But you can be
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
nobody knows, like what's happening to you, and for months, for days. But yeah, but
That
back
must
home
be
is not
sad.
like that. Yeah, so I would say, if you like here, stay. If you don't like here, go back home. Or
Abio,
yeah.
it's your choice.
So
If you
yeah, it's
like,
your
stay. If
choice.
you don't
Yeah.
like, go. But do you see yourself going back to Nigeria
um
to live?
I wouldn't say like yes or no, but I wouldn't have a problem going back if I would.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
so?
if I were to go back, because I mean, I do have family,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
because there is, a lot of family. And I mean, I think I came here when I was like a teenager, so I've experienced both sides. So I think I'll fit in, if I were to go back.
Yeah, sure
Yeah,
you fit in
yeah.
with your spray, spray, spray. With your
I think
spray, spray, spray. Are you
yeah, I'll fit
sure?
in. Yeah, I think I'll adjust. Like, one thing about me, I'm always like adapting to anywhere I
I
find
mean,
myself.
you're
Yeah,
Nigerian,
yeah,
so
we true.
you're
Yeah,
Nigerian, so
yeah,
even
we're
if you
tough.
go back home, you
Yeah.
will still fit in
Mm-hmm.
regardless.
Yeah.
People sometimes say, "Oh, Americans, they like to mind their business."
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not everyone, because they are nice to me here.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking at me,
Mm-hmm.
hi, they smile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like your outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when I wear African prints. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I like your outfits, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they are nicer than I thought. Or is it pretense? Because some people say it can be pretense. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but but yeah, what do you think?
I mean, the greetings sometimes is
Yeah.
just like being polite, right? It doesn't mean like, is they say, "Oh, how are you doing?" You don't have to tell them you're good. Like, they don't want you to tell them that you're good or something. They're just asking because it's just a polite thing to do. And some of them, they don't really mean, "Oh, how you doing?" Oh, start telling me your story. But we like, we want to talk more,
Yes,
but they don't really
want to
care.
delve
Like, one thing
into.
I realized, like, nobody really cares. They're just it's like, okay, next who? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
is
you
one
find like few
thing.
people that really really care, but others, they don't
No, and
really
I think
care.
this not
Yeah.
caring is also in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
because you know how I wouldn't say it's everyone, but sometimes we all kind of have this tendency to want to impress. I'm not saying it's everyone. I'm just, oh, you are trying to get the
Mm-hmm.
latest iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Really, let's face it, are you buying it for yourself? It's not true. You're just buying it, just some of us are buying it to show off. No, no, no. You are being factual.
Yeah.
So they ask you, what's the latest phone you're using? Oh, I'm using a 15 Pro Max. You get
Mm-hmm.
that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Sometimes you are buying, because sometimes when you are making such decisions, ask, is it for your self pleasure or
Mm-hmm.
just for show off?
Mm-hmm.
We buy the latest Lamborghini, or what's the latest car? I don't know. I'm not
I think
track.
it's
So
Cybertruck,
Cybertruck,
Tesla, right?
Tesla. Okay, so you
Yes.
buy the latest Tesla. Who are you? Like, are you buying it for yourself? You've
Mm-hmm.
worked hard, you earn the money, and you're buying it for yourself because it's
Mm-hmm.
a reward for your hard
Mm-hmm.
work, or you're buying it so that you can show on social media. I'm saying all of this to say that over here, at least to the best of my knowledge, she would be in a better
Mm-hmm.
position
Mm-hmm.
to confirm or negate it or something.
Mm-hmm.
That here, nobody really cares about what you are wearing.
Yeah.
Nobody, do you think so? Nobody cares the car you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares. You know, I was thinking that here we a land of iPhone. Everybody will be using iPhone. It's not the case. Everybody is doing what their pocket, because a lot of people are in debt. So nobody nobody has time to be thinking of what another person has to say about. I mean, what do you think? Because here I feel like everything, like nobody cares. It's
Yeah.
in a good way and a bad way. Like nobody
Yeah.
cares. I mean, your neighbors are not really looking at you. You don't really know them. That's in a bad way. But in a good way, nobody, you can live your life, wear your slippers to church. You
Yeah.
know,
School.
yeah,
Yeah.
just do your cornrows and come out of here. You don't have to wear a wig if you don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to make up if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like you're not impressed because nobody is actually looking at you to be
Mm-hmm.
impressed. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So do you agree?
I do agree because here, iPhone is common here, so nobody's looking
Yes.
at yours. I mean, if they look
That's
at
a
yours,
good one.
maybe like they're
Yeah.
looking at your case. Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah. Where did you get
That's
it from? Not
yeah. But
necessarily.
nobody cares about like if you're using
Yeah.
iPhone 11 or 15. Like nobody really cares about that.
That's
Yeah, and
interesting,
also in the
actually.
school system,
Yeah.
nobody like how the professors, the students, they're trying to like so the professors, for example, back home, you have to call them professor, but here you can
Yeah. You
call
have to
them
call
by
them
their first
doctor.
name, or you can call them if they ask, "Oh, call me professor." But here you can, it's like a first name thing, right? You can call people by their even your boss, you can call them by their first name, but back home, you call your boss, you have to like bow
In
down.
fact, the boss
Yeah,
one is still 50-50. I think some
yeah.
people back home still call their bosses by their first name. But
Mm.
you see that professor one,
Mm-hmm.
don't you dare. Don't you dare. I think
Yeah.
back home, back
Mm-hmm.
in school when I was in university, I think my department was the only department where we could call some of our lecturers aunties and uncles, and they were doctors.
Mm.
They were high ranking. So we say, for those of my classmates watching, you say Uncle BC,
Mm-hmm.
Auntie Inka,
Yeah.
or Dr. Inka. Sometimes you just interchange, but
Yeah.
some lecturers, you do not dare. They've
Yeah.
worked so hard for that doctorate degree. You not dare call them by their name. So I guess here, I mean, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody like, they're, I mean, you can call them Miss something or like nobody really cares about the importance that you put in their name. And some would even say, oh, call me my first name. You don't have to call me Dr. This or like, yeah.
That's how
So,
I see, young children calling
you
people their grandma is grandma's age,
know,
calling Gracie or
yeah.
something like that. I'm like, nah, that's not the way to behave.
Oh, now that I'm thinking, like you
Yeah,
asked me what's better here,
yeah.
I feel like here there's a lot of like opportunity to be grateful. Like for example, they have Thanksgiving culture.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I know back home I didn't like thanks. What is
Nah,
Thanksgiving?
we only do Thanksgiving as a
Yeah,
family or
yeah, yeah.
individually
But here they
or as
have
a church.
Thanksgiving. I
Yeah,
feel like that's a really great. Even though some Christians they don't believe in Thanksgiving,
is that
but
so?
I mean I just feel
Ah,
like
I need to
it's
find
really
out the
really
history behind Thanksgiving.
yeah. I heard
Actually,
it's not like a Christian
is that
thing.
so? I need
Yeah,
to
but
find out. I don't
some
know
some people
about
are
it
really
like that.
like thankful. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing I love about
And that's when you
here.
eat turkey.
Yeah.
The way I'm looking forward to the turkey this year. Yeah. So, what are some of the other things about America that we may not know that you think I don't know? Because there are a lot of
I mean,
things
I'm
I
still
don't know.
learning, like,
Hey,
because
you're still
I've been
learning.
here because I've only been in Virginia, so I haven't had
Oh,
an
okay,
opportunity
true,
to like
true, true,
explore
true.
other. So I can, I
And
mean,
you've
I'm
only
still,
lived here,
yeah.
so
So I'm
yeah,
still learning, about more about America because there are some things that I don't know. So I'm still learning. So
yeah, sure.
yeah,
Because there are a lot of things me I don't know. I'm still trying to find my way.
I'm with you. So we
Oh
learn,
yeah.
we learn together.
So
Yeah.
tell us, how do you cook your edikai kong, your afang?
I
These
don't.
are, would I say they are Akwa Ibom soups or
Yeah,
they
Akwa
are,
Ibom
yeah,
soups.
yeah.
Yeah. So I made a fan 2 days ago. I don't like edikaiko. I just like afang. And
Why?
then yeah,
Edikai kong is
yeah.
lovely. Why?
But you just start with your meat and then put the seasoning and
So where do you
everything.
get all your things?
African store they
And you
sell
get the
it.
afang leaf there.
Yeah, I get the afang leaf there. Yeah.
So I mean, for food wise, would you
Mm.
say that you miss home?
Oh, I miss home like the food because here, I mean, it's not the same taste, right? So let's,
You have a
for
point.
example, like back home we use water leaf for our soup, but here you have to use spinach. So it's not really the same like test back home. So, but I mean, what can we
You can
do?
make do.
Yeah.
Because here,
So.
and I think that we can always recreate the meal. I think living outside of your comfort zone also avails you the opportunity to be able to explore. So if you cook a certain way at home, when you come here, you see that that certain way, the ingredients might not be available. So you know how to mix and match. I think that's the beauty of
Yeah,
coming
and
here.
it's
I think
yeah.
so.
But the things here, the African, like the food, very
Yeah.
expensive. So you cannot have the luxury of putting everything in your soup like that.
Where you won't
So
even see the
yeah,
stew is meat that will be everywhere. So I
yeah,
will call it obstacles. You just see obstacles everywhere. Yeah. But it's been nice talking to you.
yeah. It's been
Do you
nice.
have
I mean,
anything?
it's my first time, so
Is
it's
your
like.
but do you have anything to say to the audience?
I would say if you're planning to come here,
Yeah.
have a goal, have a plan because you never know always be ready for a change, like
Because it's
surprises.
like sometimes the change
Yeah,
is harsh. It can just
yeah,
hit you.
because like the
Yeah.
housing here can be very, for example, you need a guarantor. Like when you just come, you need a guarantor to sign for you if you don't have, um, for like, so a guarantor is somebody that if you cannot pay your rent, they'll be responsible for it.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to find because not everybody wants to do that for you.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like you
true.
have to be okay living in a place that you don't like just to, make sure that you can afford the place that you like, So housing here is very difficult, so and very expensive. So you have to have a plan. Yeah, so have a plan and be open-minded because yeah, everything is different.
So would you say that the US is expensive? Tell
It's
them
it's
they are coming soon, I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's
So
very expensive.
yeah.
You have to have a plan and know how to budget your money because you can easily run into debt because it's like, oh, credit
I
card,
think that's like the
I have a
easiest thing
credit
to happen
card.
in the US.
Yeah,
Debt.
yeah,
Oh my god, it's
yeah,
so easy to be in debt. It's
yeah.
so super
And
easy.
you feel like the credit card is like free money, but no, it's not free money.
Nothing is free,
It's like,
oh.
yeah, you're just using it. Then at the end of the month, you pay it back. But yeah, some people like maxed out their credit cards,
Wow.
being that. Yeah, so
And there are a lot of things here that will be calling your attention.
yeah.
A lot of flashy and luxury things before you
Yeah.
know it, and
Mhm.
your
Because you
credit
can
card.
easily sign into a website and then shop and stuff. So it's
Because
very,
there's
very easy.
internet too. The
Yeah, it's very,
network too
very
is good.
it's very, very easy to get into debt. So have
Yeah.
a plan and just be open minded and yeah.
As in the way you're just saying it, I'm just like, man, you have to if you thought you were disciplined back home, when
Hmm.
you come here, it's going to test you
Yeah.
to know if you are really disciplined with your time,
Hmm.
with the way you spend money,
Hmm.
because time here is of essence. So
Yeah.
every time counts. Because
Yeah.
I mean, here they pay hourly,
Yeah. Hourly.
and they give you your money weekly.
Mhm.
That's something I wish we could do back home, paying
Yeah, that
people
would
at
be
least
very,
bi-weekly every
yeah,
2 weeks. I
that
think
would
so.
be
It would
very
be
good.
really nice.
Yeah.
Because I was telling someone that before the money comes at the end of the month, it's finished. You know, it's actually finished. So you just take it and go and pay off the debts or whatever. It's finished.
That's
So I
true.
actually think even if you are earning some money, they should divide it into two,
Yeah.
give you 2 weeks, give you another 2 weeks. I think
Yeah, that's
so.
one thing that is working here. Like
Yeah, because you
payment,
know that you are getting something
jobs.
every
Yeah,
week.
you can always get a job. So if you're
Yeah,
coming, you can always get.
yes.
So that's the one good thing. You always have a job. If you have like the right, like resources, so you can always have a job and get paid.
No
So
matter how small the
yeah,
job
and
is,
you
to
have to
give you
work.
something.
Oh, work, work. Hey, be prepared to work.
Yes, like
Yeah, you're
some
always working.
machine
Yeah,
level. You work, huh?
yeah, always working. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you for coming on my
Oh,
channel,
thank you for
Faith.
having me.
Miss Faith. Isn't she cute? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions for her with regards to how to make money.
Oh,
I just got ahead there.
ah.
But if you have any questions generally on the US, not how to relocate. That's not the point. That's not why we're here. How maybe a few things, how life is, how to adjust, nice places to live and stuff. You can put in the comment section. She'll be there to answer your questions. All right, guys. I'll see you in another video. Bye. Say
Bye,
bye.
guys.